Good morning. Welcome to math. So today in math, you will need your blue binder, 10 pennies, and your math journal. So we're going to practice using our number grid. So we're going to start off warming up our brain by using our number grid. And you will find your number grid in your blue binder. I'm going to use my pencil and my eraser because we know that this has a plastic sleeve on it, so we're able to write on it and erase. So if you need to pause the video so you can get your stuff out, feel free to do that. All right, so we're going to start at number 8. So you should be doing this with me. Okay? We're going to start at number 8. We're going to make 6 hops. So we're practicing making hops today. So 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you should have landed on number 16. All right, perfect. So erase your boards. Might have to push down a little hard to get that to erase. This time we're going to start at 15, number 15. And we're going to hop 10 times. Now we know the trick. If you're going to hop 10 times, or if you're going to add 10, all you really need to do is drop down one number, right? That is 10. Let's check and make sure that that is correct. So we're going to start at 15, we're going to make 10 hops. Remember, you don't start counting on the number that you're on. You're only counting your hops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I landed on 25. So that was right. Yay! All right, erase your boards. All right, this time we're going to start at 17, and we're going to hop 11 times. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I landed on 28. I hope you did too. The trickiest part is holding that number until you get over to here to continue counting. Now again, I know that 10 more would have been 27, and if I add 1 more to that, that would be 28. But I do realize that we are practicing counting counting using our hops. So that is a strategy I want you to practice today. All right, so let's erase our boards. All right, now I think we're done warming up our brains. Let's think of some things that come in pairs. What are things that come in pairs, come in twos? You think of something that comes in a pair. I'm going to give you just a second to think. So here are some things that I thought of. Socks come in pairs, and gloves come in pairs, and sneakers or shoes come in pairs. And I'm sure there's more things that come in pairs. So in your comment section of Seesaw, if you'd like to leave me a comment of a pair that you thought of, I would love to hear your idea. A pair is made up of 2 parts that go together. So you'll be finding pairs of numbers that add to 10 while doing 2-fisted penny addition. So I need you to take out 10 pennies. Take out 10 pennies. And in your blue binder, you should have a hand mat. It looks something like this. Now, when you do this activity, I would like you to do it as a Seesaw activity. So in your activity in Seesaw, this chart will be on Seesaw, and I want you to submit that chart. But I'm going to show you how I'm going to use it off of Seesaw so that you can see how we do this activity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 10 pennies, and I'm going to put some pennies in this fist, and I'm going to put some pennies in this fist. And then I'm going to put the pennies down on my mat so that I can count them out. And if you notice, this says left hand and this says right hand. So here there's a left column and a right column. So I'm going to count how many pennies were in my left fist. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to write the number 4. how many pennies were in my right fist? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to write the number 6. Now I'm going to pick them back up and I'm going to put them in my fist again. But I'm going to share them. I'm going to switch some pennies over. All right, so I'm going to put my left fist down and my right fist down. And it looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in my left hand and 1, 2, 3 in my right hand. And 4 plus 6 equals 10 and 7 plus 3 equals 10. So we're thinking of two numbers, a pair of numbers that equal 10. And they're always going to equal 10 because we only got out 10 pennies. So your answer this time is always going to be 10 because we only took out 10 pennies. So you're going to keep doing that until you fill the chart. And the goal is not to double up your numbers. So you're not going to have another 4 plus 6. So if you get another 4 in the left hand and 6 in the right hand, you got to try for a different number. Don't write that one down. And the same thing for 7 and 3. You don't want to write that number down again. You want to have different numbers, two pairs of numbers that are different. So for instance, you could have 3 on the left side and 7 on the right side, because 3 plus 7 equals 10. All right, so that's all I'm going to show you, but I want you to finish filling this chart, and I want you to do it as a seesaw activity. So you're going to go on to Seesaw and do it as an activity. All right, so that's all I'm going to show you for now with that. And again, remember your pairs are always going to equal 10. So another chart that we have that is a nice way to find combinations of numbers would be using the 10 frame. So on the next page, I have the 10 frame. I'm just going to move this forward. There's the 10 frame. So I could do the same thing with if you had tokens at home, or you could use heads and tails of pennies. But here's another way. So I could put down 3 red and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Same kind of idea. 3 plus 7 equals 10, right? Or I could switch these. I could go 3 yellow plus 7 red equals 10. Does that make sense? So here's another way to figure out combinations of 10 or pairs of 10. All right, so I'm going to clear that. So you're going to, after you finish this chart as a seesaw activity, you're going to do your math journal, page 4. So I'm turning to page 4, and it's left-handed or right-handed. So this is going to be tricky because I think that you needed some information from the class. So remember the day that I took attendance and I asked you if you were left-handed or you were right-handed? So you're going to use the chart that I'm going to add to the seesaw activity. I'm going to put down how many children write left-handed and how many children write right-handed, and that's going to help you answer these questions. So I'm going to read you the questions, and you can pause and you can check out that chart as you need to, okay? Or if you just want to listen to me read the questions and then you want to go on, look at the chart and try to read the questions and answer them on your own, you may do that too. So number 1, do you write with your left hand or your right hand? So this, you don't need the chart. You're going to write right or left. And the word left is here and the word right is here. So if you're not sure, pick up your pencil. If you can't remember your left from your right, use this chart that I gave you. If you write with this hand, you write with your left hand. If you write with this hand, you write with your right hand. Number 2, do you think more children in your class write with their left hand or their right hand? So now you're just guessing. Do you think more kids write with their left hand, or do you think more kids write with their right hand? It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. You're just making a guess. You're estimating, I wonder if more of my friends write with their right hand or their left hand. So this is the part, it says collect data on the tally chart below to find out. So I'm going to post in your Seesaw activity the information that we gathered, and you're going to fill this out doing tally charts. Do you remember how to do a tally chart? So remember when you get to number 5, what happens? So if I was doing the left-handed and I got, say there were 6 left-handers, I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6. So make sure that if you have a group of 5, you're grouping them as 5. Okay, I don't think that's how many we had, but we'll have to check back. So you're going to fill that out with tally charts as soon as you look at the chart that I put on Seesaw. Number 4, are more children in your class left-handed or right-handed? So now that you have the information, you're going to use this chart to answer that question, and then you're going to answer this question and this question. So, are more children in your class left-handed or right-handed? Again, you're going to use this chart and say whether they're if more are left-handed or right-handed. And then it says how many more. So we want you to try to figure out how many more are left-handed or right-handed. And then how did you figure out how many more? So using this chart, how did you know which one had more is how you answer this question. All right, so again, I just read this so you could hear the questions. Remember, you can always go back to my video and view it again. You can even fast forward, I think, to the end to just hear these questions. So you're going to fill this chart out as a Seesaw activity. You're going to start to fill this out. You're going to fill this tally chart out after you look at the data that I collected. And then you're going to answer these questions with the data I collected. Okay? And I think that's it. So have a great day.